Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the time. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Bagas Simantoro and my partner, Mr. Saud Gurning. We are from Institute Teknologi 10 November, Indonesia. Paper number 39. Today, we want to present about our research entitled Preparation of Natural Gas Supply Chain System for the New Capital City of Indonesia, a literature review. Today's presentation material will be divided into 7 parts: background, natural gas supply chain, production, demand, consideration, transportation and storage, and the last is conclusion of our research. Background of our research is in the 2019, it was determined that the capital city of Indonesia would move to the island of Borneo. There are many factors such as economic growth, equitable development, and environmental carrying capacity, which are the basis for relocating the national capital. There are several philosophies for the development of capital city. First is forest city concept. Second is utilization of renewable and low carbon energy. 3 is energy efficiency and conservation. 4. Oriented in public transport, and the last is adaptive, resilient, and responsive to disaster. With the development of the capital city, there will be population and infrastructure growth, which will lead to increase in energy demand. Currently, 70% of energy is produced from coal in Borneo Island. This is certainly contrary to the philosophy of capital city development. Natural gas has the potential to become the main energy to substitute for coal because of its large availability and is more environmentally friendly. There are several studies from Ruston in 2014, Engblom in 2018, and Al-Haidos and Al-Ansari in 2019 regarding the concept of a natural gas supply chain. In general, the main process in the natural gas supply chain are divided into 4. First is production, which includes well drilling, gasification, and purification. Second is storage of natural gas, starting from upstream to downstream. 3 is transportation, that carries natural gas from upstream to the consumer. And the last is consumption, which will affect how much natural gas must be supplied in our supply chain. The main process must be a major concern in designing a natural gas supply chain. In natural gas supply chain operation, Engblom in 2018 comprehensively divides the scale of supply chain operation into 3: large-scale operation, medium-scale operation, and small-scale operation. The scale operation chosen for a supply chain will be influenced by the magnitude of demand and environmental conditions. In making supply chain in the Indonesian capital city, there are several other factors to concern, such as a geographical condition, size of transportation modes that can apply in the capital city, and the population distribution, and the last is regulation and policies of Indonesia. Based on the projection of natural gas supply chain consumption in Borneo in 2018, the production of natural gas in the blue line is predicted to tend to decline. This is because natural gas is a non-renewable energy source. It can be seen that the natural gas consumption has decreased. This is due to government policies that do not renew export contract to the next year. To meet the demand for natural gas in the future, several explorations have been carried out, which will increase the production of natural gas. Where the development of the national capital city will significantly increase the demand for natural gas. We know that the fact that natural gas supply is tend to going down and decline, and there's something interesting about this phenomenon. How long Borneo can meet its own natural gas demand? Regarding the supply of natural gas to the capital city, there are two options that can be considered. First is the use of Trans-Borneo pipeline which connect the entire island. This pipeline is government strategic plan for utilization of natural gas in Borneo, which will be supplied from the Bontang LNG plant. The second option is the use of natural gas supplier that exists near the capital city. This option allows gas supply in the capital city to be carried out partially by considering the distance between the consumer and the gas source. Therefore, we need analysis for partial supply versus central supply by Trans-Borneo pipeline to overcome gas demand in the capital city. Based on a review of several literature, it can be conducted that natural gas demand is influenced by gas demand in several sectors. The type of sector that will be supplied by natural gas is depend on the existing condition and policies in the target area. For application in the capital city of Indonesia, the demand of natural gas will be divided into industrial sector, residential sector, commercial sector, transportation sector, and power sector to generate electricity. This is in accordance with the concept of developing a capital city which requires the use of environmentally friendly fuels for all sectors. In the planning the natural gas supply chain in the national capital city, there are several factors that can affect the demand for natural gas, such as population and economic growth that tend to decline every year. The next is national energy policy. There are two, can and when. The main can target that must be considered is the optimization of domestic use of natural gas, while when target the construction of gas network, target electric vehicle and primary energy mix for generator, and substitution of LPG with other fuels. The third is strategic plan from Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources. There are several policies that are considered in calculating estimate natural gas demand, including the development of domestic gas network and the use of gas fuel for public transportation. The same strategy is planned by Ministry of Transportation that want to implement the natural gas vehicle in the new capital city and focus on public transportation and multi-mode vehicle using natural gas and electric vehicle. And the last is strategic plan of capital city development. In this strategic plan, there will transfer of civil servant to the capital city, government infrastructure development, and population growth because industrial development, and they will affect the need of natural gas. And the construction capital cities begin in this year and predicted to be complete in 2045. In the determining the natural gas supply chain strategy, there are several factors that can be considered. First is population distribution. The population in the central government area is uneven. The population is scattered into small populations which are quite far from each other. Residential development tend to be on the side on the main road. The second is geographical condition. The majority of population lives on the edge of the forest and close to the river. There are several populations in the forest as Karangjinawi. The contour of the land surface is hilly and have different height, and the river can be used for transportation because it has a large enough dimension. Overall population ratio per area is around 31 people per kilometer square. East Borneo, which are the location of capital city, has total peatland nearly 700,000 kilometers square with carbon content more than 1.2 thousand million ton. This has potential to cause fire hazard, because wetlands are flammable. And based on KLHK, there is a shallow gas in the capital city. This potential to cause land cracking, but the positive side, we can use the gas for energy source in the capital city. The final consideration is the frequently landslide occur in the Pamaluan Formation. Based on the explanation that has been given, there are several choices of transportation modes for delivery of natural gas. First is the pipeline, which is most feasible solution because it is according with the government plan and the short distance from the gas source. The second is the truck. Truck can be the solution for the delivering natural gas in the area that have a small population and located far from gas source, so it is not profitable to build pipeline. And the third is train. This option can be selected if the train line in the capital city has been built. Currently, there are no train line exist. The fourth is LCT. LCT can be the mode of transportation carrying natural gas tank or carrying CNG or LNG truck through the river area. And the lastly is LNG bark and LNG carrier. The solution is not recommended because of the high investment cost and the economic disadvantage because it is not too far from the gas source. Regarding the gas storage methods during distribution, the use of LNG isotank, CNG tank, and ENG tank can be the option to combine with the transportation modes such as truck, train, and LCT, and especially for ENG tank, because of their compact dimension and able to accommodate more natural gas than CNG, they can be distributed as in LPG and become the substitute for LPG in the rural area. And the conclusion of our research, first is in the planning of natural gas supply chain, it is necessary to consider natural gas production, natural gas transportation, consumption, and storage methods. The second is further studies are needed regarding the natural gas source to supply the need of the capital city and the projection of natural gas demand until the capital city and supporting cities are fully established in 2045. And the third is natural gas demand in the capital city consists of the industrial, residential, commercial, transportation, and power sector. And the natural gas demand will be influenced by economic and population growth, as well as government policies related to energy use and the capital city development. And the last is there are several choices of natural gas delivery methods such as piping, truck, train, and LCT, and the use of LNG and LNG parts is not recommended. Storage of natural gas during distribution can use LNG tank, CNG tank, and NG tank. That are all of our presentation. Thank you.